My name is Christian Ray, and I moved halfway across the country to build a blacksmithing forge from the ground up so that I could be part of the centuries-old tradition of making beautiful and lethal masterpieces out of metal. It hasn't been easy, but here we are. This is Ronin Blades.
Hello viewers, welcome back to Ronin Blades. Last time, we finished the rough forging on our farriers rasp Gladius. This time, profiling, pre-grinding, and heat treatment. Let's get started.
As always, I start with the profile of our sword, getting everything down to nice, even lines before moving on to defining the tang, making sure it's nice and square and even. I then turn our grinder side saddle and begin defining our bevels. These bevels have to be a diamond cross section, so I'm very careful to make sure they line up evenly. It's then off to the forge for our heat treatment.
Artists decide their work. They can't really sign on metal. So smiths use these. Maker's marks have your logo or insignia in them. You take this, you hit it down into the hot metal, make the mark permanent, let everyone know you made it.
With maker's marks, you only have one shot. If you're not even, or if you hit it too softly, your mark won't show up properly. So I take my time and line up our maker's mark before slamming it in. As the metal cools, I can tell how well our mark was made. The black heat reveals that it's perfect. Then off to our heat treatment, we get the blade yellow, orange, and finally red, before we move on to our quench, which goes off without a hitch. Then it's back to the grinder for our sharpening and polishing. I go up to a 600 grit belt and then clean it up on a Scotch-Brite.
And with that, our polishing and sharpening is done, which means we can move on. But I'm moving on to a process I didn't intend to do. I noticed while I was forging that I could clearly tell where one piece of farrier's rasp ended and another one began, which means our rasps might be different alloys. And that means, if we acid etch it, we might end up with a Damascus pattern. So I'm going to etch it and see what we turn up with.
I use a solvent to get all the oil and grease off our blade, and in the acid it goes.
And there you have it. Polished, heat treated, and sharpened. And acid etched. And this etch, oh, it is so cool looking. I've never seen an etch come out like this before. It looks like some kind of stained glass. It is beautiful. So next time, putting a handle on this baby and finishing it off. I'll see you then.
Ha! The fun one.